The Lost Candy Kingdom.
Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, lived a curious girl named Leela. She loved to paint with her colorful brushes, but one day, she noticed something strange. Her paints were losing their colors. Red turned pale, blue faded into gray, and yellow became dull. Leela held her paintbrush tightly and whispered, "I must find out where the colors have gone."
That night, Leela had a dream. A rainbow appeared in the sky, and from its end shone a glowing doorway. A gentle voice said, "Leela, only you can save the colors. Follow the rainbow to the kingdom of colors." Leela woke up excited, knowing her adventure was about to begin. Early the next morning, Leela packed her backpack with snacks, her paintbrushes, and her courage. She followed the rainbow path across the hills and through the fields until she reached a sparkling forest. Every leaf shimmered faintly, as if waiting to be painted bright again.
Inside the forest, Leela met a bluebird who could no longer sing because his feathers had lost their color. "Please help me," the bird chirped softly. Leela promised, "If I reach the kingdom of colors, I'll bring your blue feathers back." The bird happily decided to join her journey. As they traveled deeper, they met a fox with fur that had turned gray. He looked sad and said, "I used to be the brightest orange in the forest. Without my color, I feel invisible." Leela smiled kindly and said, "Don't worry, Mr. Fox. I'll restore your orange glow." The fox wagged his tail and joined the adventure. Together, they reached a shimmering river that reflected no colors at all, only silver. "The river of lost hues," whispered the fox. To cross, they needed courage. Leela dipped her brush into the water, and magically, a colorful bridge appeared. The friends crossed with hope in their hearts. On the other side of the river, they entered a land of gray mountains. At the top of the tallest peak stood a crystal gate, glowing faintly. "That must be the entrance to the kingdom of colors," Leela said with determination, her heart racing with excitement. When they reached the crystal gate, a guardian appeared, a giant owl with wings that shimmered faint silver. The owl spoke. "To enter the kingdom, you must solve the riddle of colors." Leela nodded bravely, ready for the challenge. The owl asked, "What is the color that brings warmth, yet also warns of danger?" Leela thought for a moment, then answered, "Red." The owl's wings glowed bright red, and he smiled. "Correct. You may pass." The crystal gate slowly opened. Beyond the gate, the friends stepped into the breathtaking kingdom of colors. Giant flowers sparkled in every shade. Rivers glowed like rainbows, and the sky shimmered with magical hues. Lila gasped, "It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen." In the heart of the kingdom stood the color fountain, but it was fading, its glow almost gone. An old wizard appeared and said, "The fountain needs joy and friendship to flow again. Only together can you restore it." Leela nodded, knowing what to do. Leela and her friends held hands and began to laugh, dance, and sing. The fox wagged his tail, the bird flapped his wings, and Leela painted swirls of happiness in the air. Slowly, the fountain began to glow brighter and brighter. Suddenly, streams of colors burst from the fountain: red, blue, green, yellow, purple, and orange. They swirled into the sky, painting the entire world with brilliance once more.
The fox's fur turned orange, the bird's feathers shone bright blue, and the land sparkled with joy. The wizard smiled and said, "You've restored the balance of colors, brave Leela. Always remember, true colors come from the happiness we share." Leela's heart swelled with pride as she hugged her friends tightly. As the sun set over the kingdom of colors, Leela knew it was time to go home. She waved goodbye to her magical friends, promising to visit again. The fox and bluebird thanked her for giving them back their colors. Leela awoke in her own bed, her paintbrush beside her. She ran to her paints, and to her delight, the colors were back. She painted the most beautiful rainbow ever, whispering, "The kingdom of colors will always live in my heart." And so she painted happily ever after.
The end.